Welcome back, and if you're new here, my name's Kai. I'm a trans man from Australia, and today we're talking about my experience taking hormones. I just want to start this by saying that this is just my experience getting on hormones in South Australia specifically. Every state has different requirements. The requirements here also aren't going to be the same as the requirements in, say, England or America. So yeah, just, take what I say with a grain of salt. Please don't take this as like a guide on how to get hormones, because that's not what this is. I just wanted to talk about my experience. I started off doing like the research into like what it meant to go on hormones and all of that when I was probably like 14, 15-ish. I watched countless videos just like this one of people talking about their experiences on tea so that I kind of could formulate like a map in my head of possible side effects and things to like take note of, I guess, like things that are going to happen to my body. At some point when I was sort of like late 16, early 17, I finally booked the appointment with my GP to get a referral to the youth gender clinic at the Women's and Children's Hospital. And for some reason, like, it took months for my GP office to actually send that referral. My nan and I both had to call the office like several times before they actually sent it. And I don't really know why that is. Maybe it's like some sort of like hidden transphobia. Maybe it's, they just genuinely kept forgetting, but I don't know. Eventually it did get sent off though, and I finally could book my appointment at the youth gender clinic in South Australia for an under 18 person seeking HRT. You need 2 separate psychologist approvals as well as the signatures of both parents listed on your birth certificate. In my case, I only have one parent on my birth certificate, so that was kind of a little bit easier. But yeah, I also am not sure if that is still what the requirement is, because this was like 4 years ago, so it might have changed since then as well. I'm not 100% sure. But over the course of like 6 months, I went to a few of these psych appointments. Well, I went to all of my psych appointments, but I got the first approval. By this point, I was only like a few months away from being 18 anyway, so I didn't have time to fully like get the second approval. I did start seeing the second psychologist, but we didn't have time before I turned 18, so nothing really happened from there. But out of these like appointments with these psychologists, I did also get my written letter of recommendation for my name and gender marker change, which was great. I was able to get that changed shortly after I started tea. Because I turned 18, I only... Oh, hello. Do you want to be in the video? Come on, up there. Anyway, yeah, because I was so close to being 18, I wasn't able to get both of them, but I got one, which when I turned 18, already having that one approval really sped up my process, because once you turn 18, you only need the one approval. So I did have to, go on another waiting list to see another doctor. I decided at this point that I was going to go private, just because it was, if I was to go publicly, the waiting list for an adult like gender appointment in Adelaide is like 1.5 years, or at least it was at the time that I was waiting. So I did end up going privately for this, and I got an appointment in like a couple of months. I started seeing this endocrinologist, and because I already had the one approval, she didn't make me see her psych, so it did really speed up my process. I only saw her like a couple of times over the course of like a few months before she gave me the like letter that I needed to sign. It was like the informed consent like form that I needed to sign and bring back to the next appointment. And then she made the call to the people that she needed to, because tea in Australia is I think it's like a class A controlled drug. So she needed to make like a call to some other people to get the approval to like write my script. So she did that. She made an official diagnosis, which was something along the lines of like androgen deficiency and a testicular disorder or some shit, which was what she needed to tell them to like be able to write my script for tea. So yeah, that was kind of like how I got on testosterone. My lunch just got here, so I'm gonna go get that. That was a really tasty burrito. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, anyway, so yeah, because I already had the approval, it didn't take me as long. I didn't need to see another psych, so we signed the paperwork and I started tea. I chose to start with Testagel, just because I really didn't like the idea of injections straight away. My partner really hates needles. I didn't want to do it myself. I didn't really, at the time, I didn't have like the time to be going to like doctor's appointments and stuff. So, you know, injections just weren't really feasible for me. So I started on Testagel, and I'm not going to talk about like exact dosages and stuff, but that was a daily medication, which for a while worked really well. It's just like a topical gel with similar consistency to like hand sanitizer that you just like, I was told to put it on either my shoulders or my thighs. Some people get different instructions. I don't know. I don't know if it really makes difference where you put it, but it was working for me really well. And then it got to a point where I just couldn't keep up with doing it every day. And I started to like fall behind and forget to do it for like days or weeks at a time. And it went on like this for months. Like I moved interstate and I was still like on the Testagel, but I wasn't really taking it all that often. So eventually I talked to my new GP where I live now about what my options were for injections. And I chose to go on the Primatestin, which is like a pre-dosed syringe that you inject yourself. And they showed me how to do it. The nurses were lovely. They helped me out for the first few shots. She did it for the first one, and then she watched me do the next two, and it was like fine. But eventually that sort of started to do the same sort of thing in my head of like, it would get to shot day and then either I would forget to do it because I have like a reminder set on my phone, but sometimes I just like clear all my notifications without actually like processing what they are, so I would still forget to do it. I also started developing this sort of like anxiety around doing my shot, which led to me doing it wrong a couple of times and then wasting the like testosterone because I fucked it up and now I can't reuse that needle because they're pre-dosed, so it's not like I just have spare needles. That brings us to now. I need to go to my GP. I haven't had a chance to do it yet because GP appointments are expensive and I am not in the best financial place right now. So I haven't been able to go to the GP, but fingers crossed soon I will be able to go to my GP and get switched to, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's the other type of injection where you get it every 3 months and you go like in to see a nurse and the nurse does it, which currently like I have a lot more free time to like make that work. Yeah, that's my testosterone journey, I guess. Yeah, obviously I've still got like stuff to work out, but it's been pretty great so far. I am really enjoying the changes. I feel so much better about myself like every day. If you didn't know as well, I am doing a fundraiser over on my Twitch channel. All of the money that I make on Twitch this month, which Pride Month, it was a perfect time to do it, but all of the money that I make over on Twitch is going towards my top surgery. So I have a GoFundMe that you can donate to. I have a Ko-fi link you can donate to. Even just lurking on my Twitch streams is really helpful because I get ad revenue. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, give it a like, I guess. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.